life is really only just a series of beautiful moments that we can try to capture once in a while. And at this house, you have the opportunity to capture a lot of beautiful moments.
The wonderful thing about mid-century architecture is that many decades later, we still feel its relevance and harmony. Lutah Riggs is a great California homegrown example of the transition from historic revival interests in architecture into modernism.
So Thomas Church is a landscape architect that was very well known in his day, but continues to be known well to landscape architects. Landscapes were considered to be something you looked at rather than something you spent time in. And so he really pioneered that. And he was also considered to be a bridge between landscapes prior to the 50s and modernism.
This place isn't a museum, although there are sort of museum quality things in here, but she wouldn't have wanted it to be frozen.
We started out thinking we would do very little. We thought we would improve the kitchen and put in a bathtub.
So for example, the kitchen was completely different. The kitchen needed to be made bigger and made more useful as one example. And I felt Lutah was wholeheartedly behind us.
Every window you look out has a lovely view. Looking out into the landscape from your home and having it be beautiful is very important. Having landscapes that were focused around the home, I think that's definitely sustainable. And then leaving a lot of it more open and wild really enhances living in Montecito. House Beautiful, which was the exclusive magazine of the day, has this view of the house with this foreground. This is maybe most represents that Thomas Church feeling that remains, because you not only get the foreground of the pond, but you have that wonderful mountain views. I actually have a really strong background in native plants, and I do have a tendency to take the perimeter back to what could have been nature, only augmented. I find that just the overhead of green creates kind of a lush feeling. That's something I've noticed over time. Some of this is a little more updated. We added a lot of orchard trees and other edibles. So this was the original magnolia that Thomas Church had espaliered against here. And if you have a chance to see it at night, backlit, it's very striking. And of course, this is architectural. This is so pure and simple, and then these rocks on the ground just really add a lot to the feel of that entry space. We created this space for bocce ball and entertainment, and then we added the olive trees, and the redwoods were the last plantings, and so we were able to keep these trees, and they're doing remarkably well because redwoods don't always like it here.
The prior owner, when they were giving us the keys, said, "You have to be happy here, or there's something wrong with you." And I think he was right.
And I think Mark and Michelle are passing on a wonderful canvas and easel for the next people who want to experience living in this landscape, in this community, in this ecosystem.